is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, this is JP California, and I'm coming with you guys with some breaking news about Aston Villa Football Club that just dropped literally about 10 minutes ago. But before I do, you guys know this is the North End YouTube channel. We're coming at you guys with EPL news. I got my dog champion right here who decides he wants to get in on the action. But the big thing is for me, the breaking news is you got to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the video. Get at me. Click all the buttons. Tell me you guys like the channel. Tell me you guys hate the channel, whatever it may be. But the breaking news is that Aston Villa have signed the free agent Youri Tielemans from Leicester. Just recently dropped Leicester. Didn't have a great season. Youri Tielemans, great player, ex-Monaco player, ex-Leicester player, and kind of getting into it. This is a guy that Aston Villa had been talking to for about a week now. Apparently a few days ago, Unai Emery phone called him so they could talk and kind of get it over the line and get him signed up. It's clear Aston Villa has been looking for a high-profile free signing after looking at Asensio. And here it is. This is one of the guys that I actually mentioned in my director of football video that would add great depth, not just to the center mid, but I also think to the right mid, the free roaming right mid option for Aston Villa. This guy is class. He's been a professional from Anderlecht since he was 16. He does have some hard miles on his legs, but let's go over some of the actual statistics of him. He has a who scored rating of over 6.85 for last season. He's played over 30 games his last 3 seasons in a row, so he's not very injury prone, knock on wood. He's done really well. Not this last season, but previous season, 21-22, he had a who scored rating of 6.8 to 6.9, right about there. And the year before that, he had a 7.09 rating. He has some major qualities about him. One is his defensive work. He is actually pretty well known to win aerial duels at about 55%. He wins ground duels at around the 60% mark as well, which is huge. I mean, that's Kamara rating for us, for Aston Villa fans. And another guy in the defensive mold of Kamara would not be a bad thing because while Dougie is a great player, he doesn't do what Kamara does defensively. He is also a great passer of the ball, both short and long ball. He has a great spray ball radius. If you look up YouTube videos, you just see a collection of him collecting the ball in the middle of the field and pinging it 40 or 50 yards to somebody on a dime. He's great at that. But not only that, but he's really good in tight spaces. He is very calm on the ball. He is able to find the quick outlet path and draw fouls. He is deceptively lanky. He's only about 5'11", but he isn't very quick. So what he does do well is at the last second, he reaches and pokes the ball away and then gets fouled. So he does draw a lot of fouls in his close range abilities. He is a long shot taker. He had 6 goals and about 4 assists, or vice versa, 4 goals and 6 assists in 2 of his 3 last seasons. In 2 of his last 3 seasons, he had 10 goal contributions, goals and assists in 2 of them. And the other one, I think, was at 9. So he is able to get up the field and help and attack. I feel this can only be helped if he is further up the field. I did see on Who Scored that the higher up the field he is, when he plays attacking center mid, he had a much higher score rating than when he played holding mid. So that might be something Aston Villa is looking to and saying, hey, that right mid player that plays a little higher up the field and comes inside, that could be the Youri Tielemans role. What John McGinn was doing, and this frees up Villa to put John McGinn somewhere else, like up top or on the left or in the center or whatever. This just dropped from AVFC in the last 10 minutes. So first it was dropped by David Ornstein about, an hour ago. This is Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, that David Ornstein drops that Youri Tielemans was agreeing a deal with Aston Villa and there was a medical scheduled. And about 1 hour later, Aston Villa actually dropped on their Instagram account and their Twitter page a picture with Yuri Tielemans saying that he had agreed a deal. A 4-year deal is believed with the possibility of one further year. That is coming out. He is 26 years old, 26, 27, or he's becoming 27 pretty soon. He does have a lot of miles under him, though. Let's make sure we're doing this a really well-rounded video and not just saying how amazing of a signing this is. He has a lot of miles on him. He's a 26-year-old who's going to be like a 30-year-old. He's been playing professionally with full seasons for a long time, since he was about 16 or 17 years old. So that's a lot of miles on his legs. He is not very quick, which is, in my head, kind of a little bit of a helpful thing. Usually quicker players get fouled more often. When you get fouled more often, you get injured more. When you get injured more, you get kind of, your career gets shorter. So Yuri Tielemans is not the fastest of guys, but he is very steady in the middle of the park. And just 2 years ago, he was talked about being picked up by Arsenal, being picked up by Barcelona, being picked up by Man U, being picked up by the Giants of the Champions League world. So for Aston Villa to get him on a free is huge. Now, we all know that a free doesn't mean free. There's a signing on bonus, and there are all these other things that kind of go with a free player. I'm gonna guess his wages are pretty high for Aston Villa, probably over the £100,000 a week mark, maybe even near to that 125, putting him up in the upper echelons of the signings for Aston Villa. This is because he did come without a steep price. I'm going to guess his price, because last year went down, probably would have been around that $30 million mark, depending on how many years he could have had left if he had a longer contract going on. He was ranked at a 40 or 50 million signing 2 or 3 years ago. So for Aston Villa to get him up on a free is huge. This leaves funds available towards a right-sided forward that I believe there's a lot of whispers going on for Nico Williams right now to get teamed in. That would be an expensive signing near the $40-45 million mark. So guys, hopefully you guys like this YouTube information update on Yuri Tielemans and Aston Villa. Us here at the North End love to bring you guys this content. If you guys like it, please like and subscribe, all the buttons. This is JP California on a long-winded, fast-going video. Have a great weekend.
This is the North End.